And welcome back to Do I Need a Lawyer? I'm your host, Gary Martin Hayes. Thanks for joining us. Now let's get to our next question from one of our viewers. Gary, I'd love to have your advice on this. I was riding my motorcycle on Pleasant Hill Road. It was about 2:00 p.m., early afternoon. The roads were dry, the weather was sunny, and there was not a cloud in the sky. It was a great day for me to be riding my Harley. And then it happened. This elderly woman pulls out of a fast food restaurant's parking lot. She was trying to turn left and pulled out in front of me. She didn't even look or wasn't paying attention when she pulled out. I couldn't swerve to avoid hitting her. I laid down the bike as best I could, but still crashed into the rear driver's side of her car. I broke my right ankle and actually had to have surgery on it because it was really messed up. Do I need a lawyer, and can you help me? And that's from Glenn in Norcross. Glenn, thanks for the question. Man, I'm sorry to hear about your wreck and happy to answer your questions. Do you need a lawyer? Yes. And I would be more than happy to help you. So yes to both. And let me answer this in a little more detail in a moment. But before I do that, I'd like to give our viewers some alarming statistics from government studies about motorcycle accidents. In 2010, 4,502 people were killed in the United States in accidents involving motorcycles. Over 80% of all reported motorcycle accidents resulted in injury or death to the motorcyclist. In 2011, in Georgia, there were 149 motorcycle accident fatalities. 149. And most of the motorcycle accidents in Georgia occur within the metro Atlanta area. But the majority of the motorcycle-related deaths in Georgia actually occur on rural roads versus city streets. And motorcyclists are 35 times more likely to experience a deadly accident on the road than those in passenger cars. And a 2009 report from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety showed that 42% of fatal motorcycle crashes involved a vehicle turning left while the motorcycle was going straight, passing or overtaking the vehicle. And Glenn, this is what you said happened in your wreck. The at-fault driver was attempting to turn left out of that fast food restaurant driveway when she pulled out in front of you. Now, what is the main reason that these motorcycle accidents happened? The driver of the other vehicle did not see the motorcycle before the collision, or did not see the motorcycle until it was too late to avoid a collision. So let's look at how we can prevent these wrecks from ever happening in two ways. First, I want to look at it from the perspective of the person on the motorcycle, and I'd like to give you 5 tips that are extremely important. 1, perform a bike safety check before you ride. Start with the tires. Make sure they're properly inflated by using a good tire pressure gauge, and look at your tires to see if they have any surface cuts or foreign objects in them. And check your lights, turn signals, and brakes, and make sure they're all in proper working order. Number 2, follow the speed limit. And this really does not apply to just motorcycle riders. It applies to all of us. Speed kills. Obeying the speed limit will not only help you keep better control of your motorcycle, it may also give you a little more time to react if a car or truck comes into your lane or pulls out in front of you. And 3, wear a quality protective helmet. Head injury is the #1 cause of deaths in motorcycle crashes. In fact, a motorcyclist not wearing a helmet is 40% more likely to die of a head injury than one who wears a helmet. In 2008 in Georgia, 97 motorcyclists' lives were saved because they were wearing a proper helmet at the time of their crash. And Georgia requires all riders and passengers to wear a helmet. And it's always a good idea to wear protective eye gear too. Now, number 4, keep your headlights on at all times. Make it a habit to do this even in daylight hours. And this is just one other factor that may help you be seen by other drivers. So keep that headlight on. Number 5, wear high visibility protective clothing. Colors that stand out like yellow, orange, or bright red. These are all colors that will help you be seen by others. And it's always a good idea to wear thick pants, boots, shirts with long sleeves, or a heavy protective jacket. Now, here are a couple of helpful hints for the rest of us. 1, look twice, save a life. It's not just a slogan. Always check your blind spot before changing lanes or merging into traffic. Motorcycles can be harder to see than any other type of vehicle. You should always double check to make sure the road is clear before you pull into a roadway from either a stop sign, a yield sign, or a driveway. And let's be attentive to the road when we operate our vehicles. 2, Keep your eyes on the road. Put down that cell phone. No texting, no trying to dial that phone while you're driving. And Glenn, you were hurt in this wreck because the other driver pulled out in front of you. She got the ticket for failure to yield. However, just because she was cited for the wreck, it doesn't mean the insurance company is going to compensate you fairly for your injuries. Through no fault of your own, you have no idea what your rights are, nor do you know what the insurance company's responsibilities are. And I can tell you, the insurance company is not going to go knock on your door telling you, Glenn, we'd like to do this or that for you. So pick up the phone and call us. 770-934-8000, or you can email me, Gary@GaryMartinHayes.com, or go to the website, GaryMartinHayes.com. It's free, completely confidential, no obligation. And more of Do I Need a Lawyer is coming up next.